Akademiks is crashing out to distract you from Drake's bots.
If you are here not to be Trap Lord Ross or Akademiks, but just want to see how all of this is about to affect hip-hop, well, over everything else we have just found out something that, to be honest, well, from Young Thug's own desperation to the way he exposed information about rappers he doesn't like, but also ones that he is very close friends with. Well, listen, for all the fake con losers, this is really bad, and so many people are about to get in big time trouble for this, and what I will say, as these comments are really affecting everybody from Young Thug to Drake to so many other rappers, and well, as a result, Akademiks and other losers are trying to deflect these nasty things and put them on Kendrick Lamar.
What up, words? Your boy Challz Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Keep sending those Cashaps to CLBMG. Join the membership gang. Listen, I don't know if you know what's going on. A lot of you are regular adults. You don't hang around on Twitter following DJ Akademiks. But my job is to low-key pinpoint and spot when things are looking a little bit murky and kind of weird. And Akademiks is on a full-out crash on mission because what's going down in Atlanta, gang, I'm not going to say Ratlanta and all the stuff they got going on, but it's looking really fishy down in Atlanta, gang. Something's going on with Young Thug and Gunna and all these things of that nature. You can't even keep up with all the news that happens. These leaks are being, this is we've never seen, this is unprecedented, gang, these leaks. And what's going on in one of these leaks, Young Thug has been shown to have admitting to using bots. He said he paid $50,000 to boost Gunna's record, and I want to talk about this because what this has triggered, it's a lot going on. I'm going to talk about all of it, but the gist of the subject is this admission from Young Thug about using bots and connecting the bot guy and what's the plug for the bots, right? I spent $50K to make Gunna #1. All this ties into Drake and Drake's bots, the bot guy that Drake is trying to pull on the stand and the the UMG lawsuit. All of this is tied in together. This is the same bot guy that he paid the 50 grand to. So somehow, some way, this guy is the #1. He's the most wanted guy on planet Earth in this music business. This Cool Joe guy, whoever he is, he's on the run. But we do know he made a lot of money making a lot of bots, right? And the simple fact of the matter is, we've been telling you for months that all of these bots, accusations, and things of that nature are streaming or stemming from Drake to UMG because UMG was doing it for him. That's how he knows who the bot guy is, because they were doing it for him. Now, I told you, Drake is willing to burn this whole thing down. He doesn't care anymore about who gets hurt, who does what, da-da-da. The same way these other guys are. These other guys are full on, now that the cat is out of the bag for a lot of this stuff that they've been exposed for. They're willing to burn it all down. So what's going on right now, and I want to have this conversation, is Akademiks has been out, I want to say, since what? Yesterday morning or afternoon or what have you. Whenever this story broke, he's been out trying to spin this towards Kendrick. Now, no one ever has any evidence that Kendrick used bots. It's actually been proven the opposite, that he hasn't had any streams removed for botting, but somehow, some way, that doesn't matter over in OVO land. They still got to say Kendrick used bots. And right now, Akademiks is on a full-out crash out, post after post, trying to link the Young Thug scandal with K Dot, right? For some reason, he's trying to make this correlation. The biggest post, he has a picture of Gunna, Young Thug, and Weeknd saying Young Thug says he spent $50K on fake streams, aka K-bots. Has nothing to do with that, right? It has nothing to do with Kendrick. This story has nothing to do with Kendrick. But somehow, some way, DJ Akademiks is saying K-bots, right? He's trying to drag Kendrick into this to deflect from Drake because it's coming. Everyone knows that this whole story is a bunch of Atlanta guys who all rock with Drake at one point or another. They all got songs together. They all got songs that they have botted together, and they've made a lot of big numbers and big records using this bot guy. All of them, right? So now they're running scared because somebody's leaking this shit and they don't care. It's going to be more leaks and more leaks and more nonsense, right? So Akademiks has been sent out. Get up, put that sandwich down. This guy has been told to get off his ass and start to get out there on a crash dummy mission because it makes no sense to bring Kendrick into this conversation. He doesn't run with these guys. He has nothing to do with this bot guy. But oh no, that doesn't matter. Akademiks is out in full force trying to attach Kendrick to it to divert. And you know, of course, the Drake stands are in the comments. They love this. They doing the Birdman hand rub. They love this conversation. But Ak is a moron because what Ak doesn't know is this going to blow up in his face badly. Him running cover for Drake. I got a whole nother video coming out about how this is going nowhere for him, Maul, and this other chick, Bobby Althoff. None of them are getting anything out of this. They're all getting screwed. And somehow Akademiks still hasn't seen that, right, mister? He showed me a lot of love. This guy still doesn't get it. So he's running interference for Drake, trying to drag in trying to drag in K Dot with this situation, right? The darkest secrets are coming. If you go to his Twitter, you just see all this nonsense. He's spiraling, gang, just writing all this stuff, trying to make it stick. Nothing's working. But let me continue. I remember when they said I was delusional to believe that rappers use bots. Niggas, all the rappers that do it admitted to me already. 80% of the game is body. So now he's going on a whole rant. He's trying to just drag everybody into this. And of course, there's no reason to drag Kendrick into this, but he's spiraling. Fannie Willis was on three-way with Young Thug and his whole bid. This was her contingency plan. If he ain't get 20 years exposing for all this, well, I'm sure someone in the legal system is exposing them. They are definitely dropping these tapes. That ain't no doubt about it. Someone in the legal system has it out for this guy. And listen, he pretty much put himself in this situation. But I want to have this conversation. So what had happened with these bots, if you don't know, we could talk about that, but Young Thug allegedly confirms the use of bots for business is business in a leaked jail call. And I just got one question. Do this guy know that they record these calls? Have they stopped telling you that the calls are recorded? Like what happened? Because these calls, and you listening to this guy talking, he's talking so freely like he in the house. He talking like he right next to you on the couch. He's saying anything, the most ridiculous, the most petty, the most vindictive, the most childish shit I've ever heard anybody ever say. I didn't know. I mean, to call yourself Young Thug in and of itself tells you everything you need to know. So what kind of mentality would we expect? But what we're saying is, if I'm listening to these jail calls, I've heard almost everything on these jail calls, and I'm sitting here like, bro don't really like nobody. Like, he really don't got nobody's best interest in mind but his own. Right? This dude he's like, yo, why we didn't get the country star on our record? Like, he's like the Morgan Whalen, whatever his name is. He's like, yo, we should have put him on the record and try to get him involved so we can go number one. Like, this guy is literally has no one else's self-interest involved. This dude doesn't listen to reason or nothing. They'd be like, fam, don't do that. It's like, nah, this is how I feel. So it's like, you could tell the snap decisions that were made. A lot of the decisions were made through like just pure, just street ignorance. It's just like a lot of the reasons why things happen in this situation and led him to where he is because of his mind state. I'm just going to be honest. But let me continue. This leak call follows up on Young Thug allegedly saying that he paid for Gunna's DS Forever to go number one on over the weekend's Dawn FM. The downward spiral of Young Thug is bleeding into this week as another potentially damning jail cell call has emerged. In this alleged conversation with the presumed team rep, the YSL boss allegedly confirms on using bots to boost his streams. Particularly, he allegedly leaned on them to try and get business to number one, right? Let me continue. Thugger's last solo album, which dropped on June 22nd, 2023, narrowly missed out on debuting on the top spot. Morgan Whalen's reign was still as active as it is now during that time. One Thing at a Time edged out the Georgia natives 88,000 with 108,000 units. So he barely lost to Morgan Whalen. He only lost by, it looks like, 20,000 units. He could have beat him, but he didn't. I know he wished he put a little bit more money to them bots. This stuff means so much to them, guys. Number one, number two, number three. It means so much to them. It means more to them than the actual music itself. The music could be trash, but if it goes number one, that's all that matters. They'll lose more money. Guys, I need you to understand. When you're dumping money into bots, you're losing money. It doesn't work like that. You don't just make a lot more money back. They're not paying that much from this music. So when you dump thousands and thousands and thousands just to go number one, you're going to lose money. You're going to make money on the back end, hopefully, but you're losing money up front. Let me continue. What's also important to note is that this year was viewed as one of the most lackluster stretches for hip-hop. The mainstream was especially struggling as no MC has reached the mountaintop until Lil Uzi Vert ended the drought with Pink Tape in July. Both of those points are discussed during the alleged chat as Young Thug's team member updates him on the tracking of BIB. Overall, it was doing decent, but the country star was still on his way to nabbing his 15th non-consecutive week on top. Moreover, Thug's BIB collaborator Uzi was serious competition to steal that first place top charting hip-hop record. So he had a lot going on. He was fighting more than one battle at the same time, and he was looking to try to come out on top because it means so much to him. Like instead of just making good music and just grinding the record out, he wanted to be on top very badly, which a lot of these people, a lot of this means the world to these guys. Let me continue. The Money on Money rapper allegedly sounds frustrated with the news as he vents about why they didn't grab Waylon for a feature. Quote, why the F didn't we put him on the album? What the F? After allegedly joking about the situation for a second, Thug allegedly asked his partner if he still got the bots plug. Quote, you still got that plug, right? That shit that we did with Gunna and them, he allegedly asked. He didn't allegedly ask, you heard it on the tape. Let me continue, but you gotta say allegedly. Let me continue. The man says yes, conveying that the alleged use of artificially inflating the record streams. The Gunna and them comment refers to another phone call in which Thug allegedly says he spent $50,000 on bots. We all heard that. I don't know if you heard it, but I heard it, and he did comment that he spent $50,000 on bots to get Gunna to #1. Let me continue. The album during this alleged discussion were Dawn FM and DS Forever. Quote, like the #1 album you just got right now. I paid for you to have that #1 album. He wasn't talking directly. He was talking to whoever was, I think he was talking to 21. He's saying that he paid, it was either 21 or Mariah the Scientist. One of them two. He was talking to somebody on the phone, and he was talking that he got Gunna the #1. It wasn't an organic #1. Let me continue. You didn't honestly earn a #1 album over the weekend, my boy. I paid for that. Never said anything to him. I never told him that, because I got the plug on it. Like, you never earned a #1 ever. I spent 50 extra grand to buy a mother effing stream, 50,000 buying streams for you to be me. Now, he said it right here. You got to understand, when I say that bro is low-key petty, I'm just going to be honest. He just said this. Never said anything to him. I never told him now, because I got the plug on that. He didn't tell him because he don't want him to know that he has the plug. He don't want to share his plug with this bro. Right? This is what I'm talking about. It's like he's doing it, but then he don't want to tell you how he's doing it. A lot of dudes could do that, man. They'd be like, yo, they won't tell you how they're doing it, so they'll always have one up on you. So you're gonna always need them. But this is some street shit. This is how niggas do. But let me continue, bro. So what I'm saying is, it's looking like that thing is causing a lot of controversy because a lot of guys are on these albums with him, and it seems like if this bot guy is working for him, then it's a lot of guys around him, and he's probably working for them too. And we've already known that Drake has already got caught with streams. Bots, things have been pulled. Spotify got sued for putting them on too many playlists. That's the same as Body, putting them on all these playlists that they don't belong on, that didn't ask for them, that they're not supposed to be on. That's the same exact thing. That's also cheating. You got them on gospel playlists and all this kind of stuff. You could be literally listening to reggaeton or something else that has nothing to do with Drake. A Drake song will come on that ain't even a reggaeton song. It'll just come on. So that's what they were doing. It's a whole thing. And now Akademiks wants to somehow, some way jump in front of this because most people are going to put two and two together and say, yo, Drake rides hard with Young Thug. And the same bot guy that he's chasing, Young Thug is saying that's his plug too. So wouldn't that mean, wouldn't you put two and two together that somehow they both are using the same plot guy? And let's be honest, at this point, Drake's snitching on the plot guy. I mean, the bot guy. He's snitching on the bot guy. He has a subpoena right now. He's trying to make the judge force him to find. They're trying to subpoena the damn bot guy via email because they can't catch him. So Drake is literally hunting down this bot guy that Young Thug allegedly, all this shit's alleged, but you say allegedly, but at the end of the day, they're hunting down the same bot guy. So Drake is literally messing up this guy's plug. Let's just be honest. Before this leak call came out, he still was going to need that plug. Let's just be honest. And knowing this guy, he'd probably still do it. But this is where we are with this industry, and it's looking like a lot of these guys they're scrambling right now because we're starting to figure it out. And a lot of these fake #1s and a lot of all these streaming, this streaming shit is cooked. This whole thing of it's sold this, it's sold that. Week #1 is sold. Because now all we know is all you got to do is get the right bot guy and boost your shit up. The dudes are with integrity aren't worrying about this. They're just doing their numbers. But what happens is these fans of these guys who bought these things like Thug and Drake and these guys, their fans are mad obnoxious. So they're waiting on that tweet from Akademiks. And let's just be honest, Akademiks need to stop that shit. Because he's going on a crusade about bots this, that, and the third. But he's the first one to tweet what the first week sales was every fucking time. Every other day he's tweeting somebody's first week sales. But then he says, I know everybody's botting. You can't have it both ways. You can't glorify the first week sales and then say everybody's botting. 80% of the industry's botting. You ain't making no sense, Ak. Let's just be honest. You need to dead all the first week sales shit because you know they all botting. All this shit is bullshit. The music ain't that good. They're making a lot of trash and they're scared right now. They know that this shit, they're doing a lot of slop and it's goofy. And the people that's making the real music are making the most noise. They're getting bigger crowds. They're getting more accolades. They're getting more traction online. Their buzz is better, right? A lot of these good records that came out this year, they're getting a lot more buzz. A lot more people are talking about it. It's called influence. You can't fake it. A lot of these guys do these festivals because they really don't have no crowd that's going to come out and see them. I'm just going to be honest. And a lot of these guys use these bots because nobody's listening to it. You can't make a lot of money off these records if you're using your money to buy the bots. So a lot of these guys are getting exposed, right? And all this thing about sales, this, that, and the third, we need to dead that. We're getting to a point where that's going to be super irrelevant. Because when you go in the comments of most of these releases, most of the people are like, it's trash, it's mid, this. No one's saying it's like, there's very few saying it's fire. I don't know like how many people's like, yo, it's really fire. It's like 15, 20% when most of these albums drop. They're usually like Goonie Google and people are like, yo, I don't, man, it's okay, like that. But they're not, no one's jumping up and down and the replay value drops really quickly. And when by the next week, it's damn near off the charts. It's down 20 something. Because you need real people. You can't keep spending fake money on it. That's why they said they're trying to say Kendrick still, like a year later, you think he's still spending 50, 60,000, 100,000 a year later on GNX, gang, you got to make it make sense. It don't make no sense. There's not enough money in the world to buy the album for a year. Then they never remove streams from it. And monthly listeners, gang, let me just explain this one more time. Monthly listeners goes up and down. Kendrick hasn't released new music since last year. He hasn't released new music. So the monthly listeners, they're not going to keep listening to it over and over. They pretend to not know this. They pretend to not know this. But it doesn't matter who you are, your monthly listeners are going to go down. Unless you're like a Drake, Taylor Swift that constantly putting out music. Every time you turn around, 2 albums and this and that. Drake has a lot of albums out. He has a lot of hit records, gang. It's an asterisk beside a lot of that stuff, but he has a lot of hit records. He got a lot of music. He got almost triple the amount of music that Kendrick has. And if you're a pop star, which we keep telling you, yes, your old shit's going to sell. Your old shit's going to stream. People are going to be like, oh, I want to hear that record. So they're going to go back and play it. So it's not like you're hot right now. It's that you have so much old catalog. You're almost 20 years deep. Yes, that catalog is never going to stop moving. So they're running victory laps right now for a 14-year-old record. If you go on Twitter right now, they're like, take care. It's outselling GNX. That's the big thing right now. It's outselling GNX. It's embarrassing. He's killing. The album is 14 years old. We already know that you guys had a concerted effort. You guys decided to push that effort. Let's just be honest, gang. I'm in the mix. I know what y'all doing. They had a concerted effort to pick that record and push it, right? So they started pushing that record, and now that they got some motion, it's doing whatever. And all his stuff still continuously streamed. But Kendrick's old shit's still streaming. But they don't care. They want to take these old school wins. Now, is he hot right now? He's cold. He's ice cold. That's why they're celebrating a 14-year-old record. So what's happening right now is Thug didn't expect to do this, but he really just exposed the whole thing all over again. He exposed himself. He exposed Drake. He exposed a lot of these people. They're chasing the same bot guy, and Drake literally is trying to get the bot guy. Let's just be honest. He's trying to get this guy locked up. Let's just be honest. I don't know for finessing the numbers, doing this, that, and the third, because this guy could get in trouble for this, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. It's like all kind of fraud and this, that, and the third. So what I'm saying is, we're looking at a guy so desperate to be back in the mix where he thought he was and where he was supposed to be, that now he's sending these people out on these missions. They're scrambling, gang. It's really doing bad. And Akademiks is out here saying the wildest shit. Let me see what else he's saying up here. They're so ridiculous. We're in the steroid era of rap. Rappers, if your label didn't bother to buy at least 30% of your streams, they don't care. Now he's telling you your label should be bothering you or they don't care. Everybody doing it, why ain't you? Plus Spotify scared to embarrass artists that bot, they secretly remove them. Fanny, if you're going to leak sale calls, leak it right. Send it to me. Send it to somebody at her. We need Gunna's calls too. Now he want to get Gunna. See, they are in a desperate situation. He got 6ix9ine all up and down his time. Now all of a sudden 6ix9ine is hot again, right? Because 6ix9ine is coming out with this rat situation down there. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But at the end of the day, this dude is running damage control for all these rappers because he knows this is bad. So now he's going to try to spread the love around and make it like everybody's doing, including your favorite artist, K-Bot, da-da-da. So now it's just a sad situation to see these guys. But when you put your whole house up on a house of cards about streams and you know that the streams are fake, you know you're not that hot, you know you're not as good. Let's imagine you take away all these fake streams. Is why we still talking about Young Thug? If you take away all these fake streams and these fakes number ones and this, that, and the third, like, I never really was into Thug's music anyway. I'm just going to be honest. Maybe I'm weird. I just never was into it. A lot of that stuff, I'm not into a lot of that stuff. So maybe it's more people out there like me than we think. right? Maybe there's a lot more heads out there that's like, yeah, I'm really ain't really into it, but do you, right? Because I don't play it. I probably couldn't name you 2 of his songs. I'm just gonna be honest. I only know this guy from these wild ass antics, all the nonsense that they cook up. Other than that, no, I don't play his music. So somebody out there is playing it, but it ain't enough. And we're at a point where these guys are realizing, gang, like this bot stuff is getting exposed, and my music ain't good enough to do numbers on its own. So now they afraid, they scared, they spiraling, they turn on each other. They literally trying to destroy. He trying to destroy everybody down there. Most of the backbiting seem like it's starting from him. He turning this guy against that guy, da-da-da. He coming at everybody, and now everybody's a snitch, da-da-da. So it's just weird, man. We ain't finna make Gunna no saint. At best, he can say thug just like me, but ain't no saints, drop the calls. See, now Akademiks is going out of control. Now he's trying to come at Gunna. Gunna has... Now, let's be honest. Gunna is paying for some of these leaks to come out. Let's just be honest. I'm sure Gunna's giving somebody a bag to get these leaks to be out there. His team is doing this. I'm sure there's some kind of way, allegedly. I'm just going to say allegedly. We know they got something to do with it, but at the end of the day, it's time for him to fight back. Because this guy been on his neck for months. This guy been on his neck for months talking about, yo, he's a rat, he's a this, that, and the third, but he let his brother take the same deal, right? His brother took the exact same deal that Gunna took, but his brother is not a rat because he wanted to go home, right? Same thing. Same thing, gang. So, you know what? I'm not going to talk about this no more, but Akademiks is literally crashing out. If you go to his up and down his line right now, it's all Tekashi, it's all Gunna, and it's all Young Thug. But he's trying to relate it back into a Kendrick thing. And he's trying to make it an industry-wide thing. No, your boys got caught. These are the guys that's on your championship roster, right? This is your starting 5 that you thought was fire. You thought they was bigger than the system. You start to realize, no, they cheating this, they gaming the system like everybody else. Now you're gonna go and try to bring the whole shit down so your boy don't get dragged into it. But it's coming, gang. We all know it. We all know it's coming. I'm gonna leave it at that. CLBMG. I'm gonna catch you on that flip side. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental U.S. Also, every Wednesday night we go live on the What Show. Me, TJ, and Fleers, we talk about that. We talk about this. And we damn sure will be talking about this Young Thug body situation. Also, Monday nights, underground, live, music videos, starting around 9 o'clock. Tap in. All right, I'm going to catch you on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine.
Elevate your mind with high-quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6-man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end, and then secured a spot with some goons and some kin. And then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking, and all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like Pats fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here, we ain't the cheese, we the trap.